Before you turn 70, declutter. These 6 household items for a simpler, happier life. Have you ever observed how certain items in your home occupy space, yet parting with them feels challenging? As time progresses, it's common for disorganization to accumulate. Outdated furnishings, piles of documents, cherished belongings hidden in nooks. However, it's important to acknowledge the reality before reaching the age of 70. Decluttering specific household items is essential, and this process goes beyond merely creating more space. It's about fostering an environment that feels more effortless, manageable, and aligned with the lifestyle you aspire to achieve. In this video, we will explore 6 particular household items that may be impacting your well-being more than you think. Whether it's items you've clung to due to routine, possessions that have lost their purpose, or things that subtly contribute to your daily stress. You'll learn how releasing them can lead to surprising ease and comfort. Moreover, you will discover the methods to achieve this. Removing these items isn't about experiencing a deficit. It's about independence. Let's begin our journey. First and foremost, furniture that is tired and no longer in use. One of the primary sources of household clutter is outdated, damaged furniture that no longer meets your needs. Throughout the years, it's common to gather additional chairs, tables, and cabinets, items that may have served a purpose at one time but now remain idle, occupying precious space. In reality, keeping furniture that has lost its functionality or comfort is more than just a physical encumbrance. It may also lead to avoidable tension. Consider this: the large recliner in the corner that remains untouched, the expansive dining table that has not hosted a family gathering in quite some time, the cabinet with drawers that resist your efforts, causing irritation each time you attempt to access its contents. These elements are not contributing positively to your well-being. They are merely occupying a position. As one ages, an excess of furniture can complicate home navigation, heightening the chances of collisions, trips, or simply feeling inundated by clutter. Consider Frank, for instance. At 74 years old, he has resided in the same home for many years. Throughout the years, he amassed a collection of furniture, with pieces inherited, acquired through purchase, and gifted by friends. At one time, his residence exuded warmth and comfort. However, as time progressed, he began to observe something noteworthy. Navigating his home has become increasingly challenging. The cleaning process extended beyond expectations, and some areas resembled storage, rather than inviting spaces for relaxation. It was during a visit from his daughter that he became aware of the 5 chairs in his living room, with only 2 being utilized. This observation prompted him to recognize the need for a change. He took a daring step forward. He began with a single space, opting to part with belongings that had lost their true significance. The chair with the unstable leg has been removed. The oversized coffee table created quite the obstacle when trying to navigate through the room and out the door. As he meticulously cleared each piece, an unexpected sensation washed over him: comfort. His home exuded a sense of openness, warmth, and, above all, enhanced livability. That's the essence of furniture. When it proves beneficial, it enriches your existence. However, when it turns into mere excess, it subtly saps your vitality and creates a sense of disarray in your environment. There's no requirement for a house overflowing with furniture to create a sense of home. Indeed, when resources are limited, the value of what you do have becomes even more significant. If you're keeping furniture that no longer meets your needs, consider this: when was the last time I truly utilized this item? If you're contemplating it, it's likely time to move on. A home that facilitates movement, cleanliness, and genuine enjoyment holds far greater value than any piece of furniture that merely occupies space. Secondly, garments that remain untouched. At some stage, we all retain garments that we no longer use. Perhaps it's a suit that has long since lost its fit, a dress purchased for a memorable event many years ago, or a collection of old t-shirts that remain neglected in your drawers. Regardless of the situation, prior to reaching 70, it's essential to evaluate your wardrobe critically and consider whether all of these items are truly necessary. In reality, a closet filled with unworn clothes doesn't merely occupy space. It contributes to an excess of clutter in your life. Apparel possesses a unique ability to encapsulate experiences. The jacket from that significant occasion, the jeans that once brought you joy but have been untouched for years, and even the old shoes resting at the back of your closet. While they may not cross your mind often, they remain, subtly taking up space. For numerous individuals, parting with outdated garments signifies a release from previous chapters of their lives. It's important to remember that your closet should embody your current self, rather than the person you once were. Consider Linda, for instance. At 72, her closet was filled with clothes, yet she consistently opted for just a few favorite pieces. She possessed dresses from the 80s, jackets that had remained untouched for decades, and shoes that appeared stylish, yet caused discomfort every time she attempted to wear them. Each morning, she would face her closet, overwhelmed by the multitude of options, many of which had lost their practicality. One day she resolved to take a different path. She meticulously emptied her closet, creating 3 distinct piles. One for the garments she cherished and frequently wore, another for those that had become ill-fitting or uncomfortable, and a final collection for items she intended to hold onto, just in case. The final stack presented the greatest challenge to manage. As she began to part with items she hadn't worn in years, a realization dawned on her. She wasn't losing anything at all. She was finding room, understanding, and a collection of clothing that truly simplified her daily routine. That is the essential point. By streamlining your wardrobe, you're not merely discarding garments. You're enhancing the efficiency of your everyday life. You simplify the process of getting ready each day, help uncover what truly brings joy in your wardrobe, and enable a more effortless journey through life free from excess burdens. Moreover, it's wonderful to think that those clothes could find a new home with someone else. Rather than allowing them to gather dust in your closet, consider giving them to someone who could truly benefit from them. If your closet is brimming with garments that seldom see the light of day, take a moment to reflect. Is this truly necessary? If it doesn't suit you, if it causes discomfort, or if it hasn't been part of your routine for years, it's time to part ways with it. At this point in your journey, it's essential to have a wardrobe that supports you, rather than one that hinders your experience. If you are still engaged with this video and appreciating the insights shared, kindly comment with the number 2 below to indicate your presence. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly encourage you to do so, and activate the notification bell to stay updated with all our latest videos. Let's proceed with our next steps. Thirdly, we need to address expired medications and outdated toiletries. One of the most commonly neglected types of household clutter is likely found in your bathroom cabinet at this very moment. Expired medications and outdated toiletries. These items often accumulate without our awareness. Perhaps it's a container of pain relievers from long ago, partially used prescription medications that were never completed, or skincare items you purchased but never truly appreciated. Before long, your drawers and cabinets become cluttered with items that have lost their purpose. Moreover, certain options may pose safety risks. Medications have expiration dates for important reasons. As time progresses, their efficacy diminishes. In certain instances, they may even pose risks to well-being. Keeping old prescriptions for potential future use may appear to be a benign practice. However, it's essential to remember that if you find yourself in need of that medication again, Seeking guidance from your healthcare provider for a current and suitable prescription, tailored to your health requirements, is crucial. Despite this, many individuals continue to store bottles of expired medications, unaware that they offer no genuine benefit and only contribute to clutter and potential hazards. Personal care items are no exception. The forgotten bottle of lotion, collecting dust, the sunscreen from an era long past, and that perfume you haven't touched in ages. These matters are not permanent. It's important to understand that skincare products and cosmetics come with expiration dates that often go unnoticed by many individuals. Utilizing them beyond their optimal period may result in skin irritation or infections, and yet we cling to them, believing that one day they will prove useful. Realistically speaking, if it hasn't been utilized in months or even years, the likelihood of you using it now is quite low. Consider Robert, for instance. At 75, he values maintaining an organized living space. One day, while looking for a bandage, he opened his medicine cabinet and discovered it was cluttered with bottles and boxes that had gone untouched for years. Outdated pain relief medications, partially used tubes of topical antibiotics, a prescription for an unneeded treatment. Everything was simply lying in wait. Upon finally dedicating time to review everything, he was astonished by the extent of what he had retained for potential future use. As he organized the space, a wave of relief washed over him, confident that every item remaining in his cabinet was both safe and beneficial. That's a common misconception among many individuals. Organizing your medications and toiletries goes beyond mere tidiness. It's focused on well-being, ensuring you have the essentials, and releasing what isn't needed. By removing outdated medications, you create space for the essentials that you depend on. Eliminating outdated toiletries streamlines your daily regimen and guarantees that all your products are current and efficient. Now is the perfect opportunity to take a look at your medicine cabinet and bathroom drawers, if you haven't done so in some time. Review your medications carefully. If it's past its expiration date, dispose of it responsibly. If you have a prescription that is no longer necessary, ensure it is disposed of correctly, rather than allowing it to remain unused. When considering toiletries, it's important to be truthful with yourself. If it hasn't been utilized in more than a year, it's likely that it won't be in the future. Embrace the freedom that comes from releasing excess and savor the ease of focusing on what is genuinely essential. Fourthly, outdated papers, documents, and unnecessary mail. Among the various types of clutter, paper stands out as both prevalent and often overlooked. Throughout the years, it gathers in stacks on surfaces within drawers, tucked away in old folders, and even in boxes kept for potential future use. The volume of unnecessary paperwork in most homes is staggering, ranging from outdated bills and expired warranties to instruction manuals for appliances you no longer own. And prior to reaching the age of 70, it's essential to take charge of it. Excessive paper clutter goes beyond merely occupying physical space. It can significantly contribute to stress levels. Consider the annoyance of trying to locate a crucial document, only to sift through piles of papers that should have been discarded long ago. Or how daunting it can be when unopened correspondence accumulates on the counter, creating a sense of perpetual lag in your responsibilities. In truth, a significant portion of the documents we hold on to are no longer essential, and releasing them can provide a surprising feeling of ease. Consider Barbara, for instance. At 73, she possessed a comprehensive filing cabinet brimming with documents that spanned several decades. Utility bills from years past, receipts for purchases that have faded from memory, and tax returns dating back to the 1980s. Documents that had been accumulating over the years without any significant purpose for retention. One day, while searching for a crucial insurance document, she came to the realization of how much of her paperwork had become outdated and irrelevant. After careful consideration, she ultimately chose to review all the materials, retaining only the documents of true significance. Upon completion, she had streamlined her documentation significantly, and for the first time in years she was confident in her ability to locate the necessary information with ease. Indeed, when you organize your documents, you're not merely clearing physical space in your living environment. You're also creating mental clarity. You are liberating your mind from the overwhelming chaos that arises from the sight of accumulated correspondence, heaps of obsolete paperwork, and collections of items that no longer serve a purpose. What's truly remarkable? In the current digital age, essential records can be conveniently accessed online, eliminating the necessity for maintaining physical copies of all documents. What's the first step to take? Begin by meticulously reviewing your documents with a discerning perspective. If it's been years since you've considered it, it's likely not essential for your current needs. Dispose of outdated bank statements and contracts that are no longer valid. Dispose of manuals for appliances that are no longer in your possession. Retain only the crucial legal, financial, and medical documents, and arrange them for easy access when the need arises. And regarding your correspondence, make sure to address it promptly to avoid accumulation. Unwanted correspondence? Dispose of it right away. Invoices? Compensate them appropriately and submit only the essential documentation. Are there newsletters or magazines that you find yourself not reading? Please proceed with the cancellation of the subscriptions. The objective is straightforward. Retain only the documents that genuinely fulfill a function and discard the remainder. If you're still engaged with this video and appreciating these insights, kindly comment with the number 4 below to indicate your presence. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly encourage you to do so and activate the notification bell to ensure you stay updated with all the latest videos. Your support enables us to keep producing valuable content that informs and motivates you. Let's proceed with our next steps. 5th on the list, kitchen items that remain unused. The kitchen often stands out as one of the most disorganized spaces in any household. As time progresses, it becomes quite simple to gather belongings that lack any significant function. Cabinets overflowing with an assortment of containers, drawers crammed with seldom-used utensils, and aged pots and pans collecting dust as you approach your 70s. It's essential to eliminate the kitchen clutter that is contributing to unnecessary chaos in your space. Numerous individuals retain kitchen items due to routine practices. Perhaps it's a collection of elegant dinnerware you've been reserving for a moment that never arrives, or kitchen gadgets you purchased long ago but have remained unused since. It's possible to find yourself with several iterations of the same utensil, an assortment of spatulas, numerous coffee mugs, or a cluttered drawer filled with plastic lids that lack corresponding containers. However, the reality is this: a kitchen cluttered with items that are seldom used or not needed can complicate daily living. It complicates matters. Consider George, for instance. At 76 years old, he has resided in the same home for many years. Throughout the years, his kitchen accumulated an array of gadgets and cookware that saw little to no use. There were appliances like blenders, food processors, and toasters that remained unused. Plates and glasses piled high in cabinets, alongside drawers overflowing with tools he had long forgotten purchasing. Whenever he required something, he found himself sifting through disarray to locate it. After accidentally toppling a stack of unused baking sheets in his quest for a pan, he came to the conclusion that it was time for a change. Thus, a decision was reached. He meticulously examined his kitchen, section by section, pondering a straightforward question: do I truly utilize this? If the response was negative, he put it aside. Are there any duplicates? Departed. Outdated spices and pantry essentials? Discarded. The bread maker he purchased years ago and only utilized once. Contribution made. By the time he completed the project, his kitchen transformed into a vastly improved environment, showcasing enhanced functionality, better organization, and above all, greater ease of use. That is the essential point. By decluttering unused kitchen items, you foster an environment that supports your needs and enhances your efficiency. Meal preparation is streamlined, tidying up requires minimal effort, and the stress of disorganized surfaces or overflowing storage spaces is eliminated. A well-organized kitchen is all you need to create delicious meals. It's all about focusing on the fundamentals. Examine your kitchen environment closely. Take a moment to examine your cabinets and drawers, and reflect on the last time you utilized these items. If it has been sitting unused for years, gathering dust, or is merely being held onto for potential future use, then it's time to part ways with it. A kitchen that contains only the essentials you truly utilize not only simplifies management, but also enhances the ease and enjoyment of everyday life. Sixth, cherished belongings that have lost their purpose. One of the most challenging aspects of organizing is dealing with items that hold sentimental value, vintage correspondence, cherished tokens from dear ones, mementos from previous travels, or containers brimming with nostalgia from years gone by. These matters hold significant emotional importance, which is why many individuals find it challenging to release them. However, there are important factors to reflect on as you approach your 70s. It's essential to reflect on whether these cherished items are truly enhancing your happiness or merely occupying valuable space. Numerous individuals cling to cherished possessions due to a sense of obligation when it comes to parting with them. A cherished memento from a loved one who is no longer with us, a collection of birthday cards from years gone by, treasured memories from your children or grandchildren. These items evoke significant memories, yet they can also become burdensome when they accumulate excessively. Ultimately, the essence of memories resides within you, not in the things around you. Holding on to an overwhelming amount of sentimental items doesn't pay tribute to the past, it merely complicates your current situation. Consider Helen, for instance. At 78, she has been preserving numerous boxes filled with old letters, souvenirs, and keepsakes from various phases of her life. Upon relocating to a more compact residence, she discovered a storage unit brimming with items she hadn't examined in years. Initially, the thought of parting with anything seemed unfeasible. What if she lost the memories connected to those items? What if releasing that burden seemed akin to wiping away a chapter of her existence? However, she transitioned to a new approach. Rather than clinging to everything, she began to exercise discernment. She retained a select number of genuinely significant items, a wedding album filled with cherished memories, a selection of heartfelt letters from dear ones, and a modest assortment of souvenirs that brought her joy. She released the remainder. She contributed items that could still benefit others. She captured images of moments she wished to cherish without the necessity of retaining them in a tangible form. And as she did, she experienced an unexpected sense of relief. That is a common misconception among many individuals. Letting go of sentimental items doesn't equate to erasing memories. It signifies creating an environment that allows for complete appreciation of the current moment. It signifies retaining what is most valuable while discarding what no longer serves a purpose. It involves selecting an environment filled with elements that uplift your spirit instead of those that hinder your well-being. If you find yourself clinging to sentimental items that feel more like a weight than a source of joy, it's time to pause and consider your situation. Is it necessary to hold on to every letter, every memento, every token to cherish the individuals and moments that have influenced your life? Is it possible to cherish the memories within your heart, while also creating a more organized and spacious environment in your home? At this point in life, the true treasures are not those that simply gather dust. They are the source of your daily tranquility and happiness. If you are still engaged with this video and appreciating the insights shared, kindly comment number 6 below to indicate your presence. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly encourage you to do so and activate the notification bell to stay updated with all our videos. Your support enables us to keep producing valuable content that informs and motivates you. Concluding reflections. As we conclude this video, I encourage you to take a moment to consider the 6 household items we've explored. Organizing your surroundings before reaching 70 goes beyond simply creating more room. It's about fostering an environment that feels more uplifting, manageable, and aligned with the lifestyle you aspire to lead. Every item you release is not a detriment. This represents a move towards straightforwardness, transparency, and tranquility. What caught your attention the most? What items do you recognize in your own living space? Perhaps you have begun the process of parting with items that no longer contribute to your well-being. Perhaps you've come to understand how much more manageable life could be without the burden of outdated documents, items in the kitchen that have not been utilized or cherished, belongings that have lost their emotional value. Perhaps this video has provided you with a fresh viewpoint on the idea that decluttering extends beyond mere possessions. It's about independence. We welcome your feedback and look forward to your insights. We invite you to share your insights by leaving a comment below. What is one valuable lesson you gained today, and how do you intend to apply it moving forward? Your insights are valuable, so please feel free to express them. Your feedback provides us with significant motivation and encouragement. If you found this video beneficial, we would appreciate your support through likes, subscriptions, and shares. Your assistance enables us to keep producing valuable content that educates and motivates you. Thank you for tuning in, and we eagerly anticipate your presence in our upcoming video.